welcome to today's video. Today we're diving into the recently held ASEAN Summit, covering all the exam-relevant facts through crisp and high-quality MCQs. Let's begin. Here is the first question. Where is the headquarters of the ASEAN located? A. Kuala Lumpur, Malaysia. B. Jakarta, Indonesia. C. Bangkok, Thailand. Or D. Manila, Philippines. Answer B. Jakarta, Indonesia. ASEAN headquarters is located in Jakarta, Indonesia, since the organization's founding in 1967. Jakarta was chosen as it is a central and politically neutral location among the member states. Next question is, consider the following statements regarding the ASEAN. ASEAN was established in 1967 through the signing of the Bangkok Declaration. The ASEAN Summit is held twice a year. Which of the above statements are correct? Answer C. Both 1 and 2. ASEAN was founded on 8 August 1967 through the Bangkok Declaration, and ASEAN Summit is held twice annually to discuss regional cooperation, economic integration, and security issues. Third question is, which country is hosting the 47th ASEAN Summit in 2025? A. Malaysia. B. Singapore. C. Thailand. Or D. Indonesia. Answer A. Malaysia. The 47th ASEAN Summit is being hosted by Malaysia in Kuala Lumpur this year. Moving on. Which of the following countries are members of the ASEAN? India, Indonesia, China, Malaysia, Thailand. Select the correct answer. Answer D. 2, 4 and 5 only. Indonesia, Malaysia, and Thailand are founding members of ASEAN. India and China are not members. They are dialogue partners of ASEAN. Fifth question is, which country has become the newest and 11th member of the ASEAN? A. Papua New Guinea. B. Bangladesh. C. Sri Lanka. Or D. Timor-Leste. Answer D. Timor-Leste. Timor-Leste became the 11th member of ASEAN, marking its full admission into the group in 2025 after being an observer since 2022. Next question is, which group summit is also known as the East Asia Summit? A. ASEAN. B. SAARC. C. BIMSTEC. Or D. SCO. Answer A. ASEAN. The East Asia Summit is held annually under ASEAN framework, bringing together ASEAN members and key partner countries like India, the US, China, Japan, and Australia to discuss regional and global issues. Moving on. Consider the following statements regarding the Regional Comprehensive Economic Partnership. It is a trade bloc led by G20 countries. It is the world's largest trade bloc. India and China are part of this bloc. Which of the above statements are correct? Answer C. 2 only. RCEP is the world's largest trade bloc, led by ASEAN and includes partners like China, Japan, South Korea, Australia, and New Zealand. India opted out of the agreement in 2019 over trade imbalance concerns. Moving on. Which of the following is not a pillar of the ASEAN? A. Political Security Community. B. Technological Innovation Community. C. Socio-Cultural Community. Or D. Economic Community. Answer B. Technological Innovation Community. ASEAN rests on 3 main pillars: the Political Security Community, Economic Community, and Socio-Cultural Community. Ninth question is, consider the following statements regarding the ASEAN Charter. It was signed in 2007. It granted ASEAN a legal status similar to that of the European Union. Which of the above statements are correct? Answer C. Both 1 and 2. The ASEAN Charter was signed in November 2007 and it gave ASEAN a legal identity and institutional framework, making it a rules-based organization similar in structure to the European Union. Last question is, consider the following statements regarding ASEAN and India's relations. ASEAN and India do not have a free trade agreement. Malaysia is the only ASEAN member that shares a boundary with India. Which of the above statements are correct? Answer B. 2 only. India has a free trade agreement with ASEAN, signed in 2009 and later expanded to trade in services and investment. Malaysia is the only ASEAN country sharing a maritime boundary with India in the Andaman Sea region. Answer this bonus question in the comments. That wraps up our coverage of the ASEAN Summit 2025. If you found these MCQs helpful, don't stop here. Click on the videos on your screen to explore our detailed quizzes on the Nobel Prize winners 2025 and the SCO Summit 2025, both packed with high-value current affairs for your exams. Keep learning and I'll see you next time.